Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm gonna play a little bit of Last Epoch again. The previous time, a couple of days ago, when I played, I did a little bit of farming on my level 96 Ruin Master, and then I basically decided to start a Paladin, and in that stream slash video I did start the Paladin. I think I got it up to, I can't remember actually, maybe around level 30 or something like that. And then I played a little bit more with the character, and now it's level 72. So we are now into Monoliths. So I'm gonna put my level 96 Ruin Master on ice for a while, and we're gonna play with the Paladin. I'm quite enjoying the Paladin right now, because I've just been playing that Ruin Master for like probably 70 hours or more, and yeah, I like the play style of this Paladin quite a lot. You guys will see it's actually a really fun play style. Obviously I don't like pressing a lot of buttons, like all of my builds that I've done so far with the Ruin Master and my previous build with the Flame Wraith Necromancer, both of which I have made build videos for, which you can find on my channel. All of my builds I prefer to only click one or two buttons. Like, I don't like pressing a lot of buttons, to be honest. And with this build you literally just press one button. If you want to press more to do more damage, you can absolutely do that, but otherwise it's just right click. Literally you can kill all bosses with just your right click, and I really like that. I like not having to click a lot and press a lot of buttons and stuff like that. So you guys will see with this build you can literally just go through the entire monolith with your right click. And then sometimes on bosses I will put down my banner. I also have a banner, and that just heals you a little bit and does a little bit of damage to the boss, but the vast majority of your damage comes from just your normal right click like this. You just keep on throwing hammers, and the hammers spiral around your character, and you can also move around. The hammers actually follow you as well, which is pretty awesome. So I will obviously still busy building the character up, and I don't have anywhere near the gear that I really require for the build, but we are obviously still about 20-25 levels away from reaching the optimal level, you know. I think we're 71 right now, 72. So basically what the build involves is you just run around until you find some enemies, and you just press right click a couple of times. This dude over here, absolutely melt his face off, and he's dead. And then if you want to move quickly, you just do this, and you move very quickly, and you just press right click like every now and then. Once or twice is usually enough to kill the majority of the stuff on the screen. And what's really cool is that the hammers stay on the screen for a while, like I think probably around 7 or 8 seconds. So you can literally press right click once or twice and then move around, and it will continue to kill stuff without you having to even click anything else. So, or you can still stand still like this and just continually hold right click and just continually summon more hammers if you want to. But that's very rarely needed. Like honestly, the vast majority of the time you just need to right click once or twice, like once, twice, 3 times, and you just run around and your hammers will kill everything, which is really cool. So I really like the build. It's a really simple build, and yeah, basically the only thing that we need to do now is get better gear. Obviously the majority of the time already, like my hammers hit the average enemy once. Like here I will cast once. If I cast once, you can see that now the hammers are spiring a little bit far away, so we cast again. If you actually move around, you can make your hammers hit the target multiple times, but otherwise you can just hold it once or twice and it will kill everything, like that. It's a really cool build. Very mana efficient. You really don't ever need to worry about mana. I haven't encountered a boss yet that consumes all of my mana. Like literally, even the monolith bosses, even though we're not very high yet, we're not at a very high level yet, but even the monolith bosses die like before I even reach half mana. And right now my setup is very mana efficient. I actually went a little bit too mana efficient, so I can definitely with one of my rings, like these rings are really important. The -4 throwing attack mana cost, that's very important. I have that on both of my rings. I could remove one and then I can still cast my hammers for a very long time. You can see it actually takes a long time before my mana is completely drained. But with 2 of them, it just takes like double the time. It takes twice as long before my mana is actually drained. So that's why I like having 2 of them. But yeah, right now I don't have very good gear. I'm using a wand for my main hand simply because my hammer throw benefits from the critical strike multiplier and the elemental increased damage. And my smite, which I cast through this thing over here. 9% chance to cast smite when you hit with throwing attacks, and obviously all of my attacks are throwing attacks, so you get a lot of free smite hits. I actually need 3 more of these idols. If I can get 3 more of these idols, it will basically double the amount of damage that I'm doing right now. You don't get all of your damage from the smite, but you certainly do get a lot of your damage from the smite, that's for certain. So if I can get 3 of these idols, then I will dramatically deal dramatically more damage. We can actually go do the boss now. I just need to do these 2 quests, then we can go do the boss as well. By the way, I am also trying a new audio setup. You guys won't hear it, but I'm actually listening to a podcast right now. You guys can't hear it on the audio, but I am listening to a podcast right now. So if I giggle or laugh or anything like that randomly, then just know that it's the podcast that I'm listening to. I figured out how to be able to separate my audio inputs, so I can actually listen to music or listen to a podcast or anything like that, and you guys won't hear it on the stream or on the recording or anything like that, which is pretty cool because One thing, I don't know about you guys, but one thing that I don't like is, like, after I've played this game for like 400 hours now already, the in-game music becomes a little bit tedious, a little bit monotonous, to be honest. So I like playing the game without the normal audio. The normal audio, I've heard all of the dialogue in the game already, and the music. I mean, the game has good music, but after 400 hours of the same music, it just becomes a little bit monotonous. Maybe to some people, like, some people are okay with that, you know. I know people who have played a couple thousand hours of World of Warcraft, for instance, and they still play World of Warcraft with the audio and the music activated, you know. Whereas I used to play World of Warcraft, and I have also played thousands of hours of World of Warcraft, literally thousands of hours, and like probably after the first couple of months of playing the game, I disabled the audio, the in-game music, you know. And I mean, World of Warcraft has good music, you know, but even a game like that has pretty good music, I just get so bored of it, I disabled it very quickly. But people are different, you know. Like I say, I know people who have played the game for a very, very long time, and they still listen to the music, you know. They still have the music on in the game. I'm not like that. I get bored of the same music very quickly. We're gonna go to the other side to activate the level 80 timeline. I don't want the level 75 timeline because I already have the level 75 timeline activated. So we're gonna go over to the level 80 timeline. Another thing that I really like about this build is the Shield Rush. Shield Rush is the best movement skill in the entire game, because you don't need a target. You don't actually like lunge or transmute. A lot of skills in the game that are movement skills require a target, whereas Shield Rush does not require a target. So you can literally cast you can cast Shield Rush whenever you want. Increased minion poison damage, no. So you can move around the map very quickly. It only has a 4-second cooldown, so it's a pretty short cooldown, and you can just use it to travel insane distances very quickly. You can literally keep on rushing forever until you hit a wall. The only thing that will make you stop is a wall or terrain or anything like that. Like an incline, I've noticed that an incline or a decline, like a down slope or an up slope, is really the only thing that makes you stop charging. Otherwise than that, you can literally charge forever. And it consumes very little mana, 50 mana. It's not a lot of mana. So yeah, like I explained, all of these lightning strikes that you see coming down, those are smites. So this build casts a lot of free smites, and right now I have a 10% chance to cast a smite when I hit an enemy with a throwing attack. But like I said, I want to get more of these idols so that I can push that up to close to 50%, which will significantly increase my damage. Then we are done with that one. Like when I get 4 of these, like the damage is just gonna skyrocket. But yeah, it's a pretty specific idol, you know, it's pretty specific. Because you want that top modifier to be high enough. Like there's a big difference between 4% chance to cast smite and a 9% chance to cast smite. So you want either 6 or 7 or 8 or 9%. You don't want 4 or 5% really. And then also the suffix, the prefix and the suffix. The suffix needs to be good as well. The suffix on this one is particularly good, you know, 66% chance to shred armor on hit with throwing attacks. That's a pretty good suffix. So, but yeah, I will eventually get them. I'm also looking out on the map for idols. You obviously get some of the maps that drop idols, you know, so yeah. I didn't even see your chat. I usually have my on-screen thing on, but I don't have it on right now, actually. Plus, I was babbling like an insane person, so my mind was somewhere else. So literally, you just run through these things, cast your right click once or twice, and then move on. It's such an easy build. It's quite honestly a lot easier than my previous build. My previous build was very good, but this one is just so much easier, to be honest. Yeah. Look at that, it just melts these things. And yeah, my gear isn't very good right now. A lot of my gear, like, is actually pretty terrible. And then after this we will do the boss quickly. And then we will move on to level 80. Yes, I think, no, level 75. We'll move on to the level 75 area. I also have this skill which is Javelin, and I cast it every now and then, like when there's a lot of enemies. Basically what it does is it heals me for 100 per second, which isn't amazing, but it's okay. And then it also hits the enemies around the banner for a little bit of damage. Like if I cast the banner over there, you see there's a banner there now, right here. Banner in the ground. And then in this area around it, it heals for 100 per second.
Yes.
So it's just a little something that I cast when I want a little bit of healing, or when I want to do a little bit more damage, that kind of stuff. Oh, that one isn't too bad actually. Okay, now let's do the boss. Ah, we have a critical strike shrine as well. That'll be useful against the boss, even though we are gonna tear the boss apart in any way. Ah, it's this boss. I don't like this boss a lot because they do a meteor shower, like an ice meteor shower, that does a stupid amount of damage. I also don't like the fact that he teleports around. It just makes your life more difficult.
No! I am undying! I feel...
Okay, so that was the boss. Easy peasy. And then we move on to the next timeline. So that was level 70, now we can go to 75, after that level 80. We should be able to unlock empowered monoliths today still. We're not too far away from empowered monoliths. Just want to activate my one overlay quickly. 1 second. That way I won't miss any of the chats or anything like that. There we go. See, everything is just melted. The cool thing about this build is that it also uses a shield. Not a lot of builds can do this amount of damage and also use a shield. Like some builds do a lot of damage, but then they're a little bit squishy. This build does a stupid amount of damage and it is able to also fit a shield. You don't need to use a shield, but the fact that you can use a shield and still do this amount of damage is really crazy. Because like, unless you use ward, like obviously my other build that I did on my Ruin Master, that one uses ward. And ward is far stronger than shields, in my opinion. But this build can't use, like this class at least, like this paladin, can't really use ward. Like the paladin is not good for ward generation. So you pretty much either need to get a lot of lifesteal or you need to have a shield if you want to get any kind of tankiness. And this one is able to use a shield and do a stupid amount of damage. Usually a shield dramatically reduces the amount of damage that you can do. course, most classes, most melee classes will dual wield. Like they will have 2 hammers or 2 axes or 2 daggers or whatever. But with this one it's not even necessary. I will do more damage if I chose to have 2 one-handers, you know, if I chose to dual wield I will do more damage. But I try to prioritize survival. We already do so much damage, we one-shot everything except the bosses already, so not really necessary to have more damage. I would rather have a lot more survivability than a little bit more damage, because you won't gain a huge amount more damage if you dual wield it. Even though it is an option, you can definitely dual wield with this build if you want to. You will do more damage. There are 2 bosses and they're dead. The staff would have been nice actually, but unfortunately it has increased the minion spell damage on it. That's not particularly good. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. I really like that model, that tiger model. Like a really pretty model, like a enemy model. That one is probably my favorite in this game. Look at that, the tigers. They're really pretty. You also get those ones, but bigger ones, like they're way bigger, but only the bosses, I think, can be that specific model. That one, that exact one. Like a big one. Oh, we got ambushed.
Stand down or die. Yeah. Stand down or die.
Ah, there's some exalteds over there. I'm not a fan of bows and quivers, but better than nothing, I guess. That one does a lot of damage. We want to kill her very quickly.
Fighting me is foolish.
Be dead to stand against us. You won't see.
You dare!
Stand down or die.
Those aren't too bad. But mages don't really use vitality, so not really gonna take those. Okay, let's clear out the stash quickly. Or our inventory at least.
Yes.
hate those guys that cast meteors. They do a stupid amount of damage. Really have never made a class or a build with a bow. And I think really the only viable class that there is that you can use a bow with is rogue, probably. I do have a rogue character, but my rogue uses daggers. That one is the best out of those. Ah, there's daggers.
Stand down or die.
Yeah, we haven't chatted in a long time. I haven't seen you in a long time. Things are going good. Can't really complain. Yeah, just busy. My brother has a young son, so right now my brother is working away for 2 weeks, so for the next 2 weeks I pretty much have to be the chauffeur for his little kid. So just all day long I'm driving him to the swimming, driving him to the boxing because he does boxing, whole bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, just busy. And yeah. You should definitely stream sometime again. I miss your face, literally. I think a lot of people miss your face. Oh, this one is a good one. Increased hammer throw damage. That one is not bad. I might actually wear that one. Ouch, that hurts a little bit. Almost died there. Yeah, I've actually been an uncle. I think I was in high school. Like, I don't know, I was 16, 17 years old, and then already I was an uncle because my one nephew is like 15 years older than what I am. So when he got a kid, I was made the uncle of that kid. So it was pretty hilarious. I was like a high school student, and then already I had a little kid calling me uncle when I went to their house. This little kid called me uncle, and I'm like barely 16, 17 years old. And now I'm like 35, so it's been a long time that I've been uncle. But now my brother has a 5-year-old, so it's now been 5 years that I've been his uncle as well. And he's got a second kid as well now, a little girl. She's just turned 1 year old.
Stand down or die. Now!
My brother is obviously older than what I am. There's actually a chance that my brother is going to Ireland, potentially. But you're not in Ireland, you're in the UK. But still, Europe is so small. Perhaps sometime I will go visit my brother. You must send me your address. Europe is like... It's not too far away from Ireland, is it? Like UK and Ireland. It's not too far away, I don't think.
Sands take you.
I hate these Medusas, they do so much damage.
Orion!
It ends here.
Oh, it's across the sea, okay. Well, it's not too far across the sea. I remember there was the one episode long ago of Top Gear, and Jeremy Clarkson and the other guys, they built out of cars. Like, they literally just took a Toyota pickup and put an outboard motor on the back, and they went from England to France in like an hour. Like literally an hour on the sea. Like I was shocked that you can literally just go on the water from one country to another country. Like from where I am now in South Africa, it will take about like 14 hours to the border with Namibia, I believe. 14 hours to the border. It's crazy to me that you can literally like drive an hour or go on a boat for an hour and then you're in another country. This one is not particularly good, actually. Yeah, well, they, I think I actually do have the episode, that specific episode on my computer. But it was long ago. It was like probably 2010, something like that. I actually should look here. I don't know why that episode just popped into my head, but I do remember it. It was around 2008, I believe. 2007, 2008. And I remember the two guys sank. They actually sank, and then Jeremy didn't sink. It was just really crazy that they can actually do that. Just buy a car, put an outboard on it, and then sail to France, or drive to France, whatever. Okay, did my game just crash, or what's going on? What the hell? I think my game crashed. Just 1 second. Okay, so just 1 second. I think my stream just crashed. I'd have to just restart my OBS potentially. Just 1 second. I don't know why it crashed. It hasn't crashed. Well, this game hasn't crashed in a long time. Am I still live? Can you still see an image? It looks like it froze, but it should still be fine. Yeah, I think I did too much damage and I broke something. Let's see. I'm just restarting the game and all of that good stuff. My OBS doesn't look like it even wants to respond, to be honest. Yeah, my OBS isn't responding right now, so I just have to I have to restart, I guess. Yeah, it's showing black screen on my side as well, but I'm selecting a different source and it's not responding. So I'm just quickly going to restart. Give me 20 seconds or so.